A lot of people use affirmation cards and they just do one card pull a day. So this is my affirmation deck, Gently Rising. And they'll pull a card like this and kind of think about it, maybe journal about it for the day, and then that'll be it. But have you ever thought about actually sitting with one card for the entire week? This can be super transformational. So like this card, for example, I'm feeling the thrill of taking risks. So the back of these cards all have questions. So the back of this card says, how can I leap out of my comfort zone? If you were to pull this card and leave it on your desk for the entire week and say, okay, for this week, I am going to focus on leaping out of my comfort zone. Like, what am I doing this week that's scary in relation to my goals? How am I taking risks? How am I doing something new that's going to rock the boat a little bit? Because that's how you get results in your manifestation journey. A lot of people have this kind of passive outlook to manifestation and they think of it just kind of like raise their vibes and stay in their thinking mind and just kind of chill, things will happen. But that's the power of these cards and really thinking about your specific goals. Like, what are you working on this month that's going to lead to the outcome that you desire at the end of the year? And then kind of reverse engineer that and be like, okay, what can I do this week that will build toward my goal for the month? So for me, for example, I'm feeling the thrill of taking risks. This card I'm actually working on, as you are witnessing now. This scary thing I'm doing this week is doing more face to cam speaking about my product. So I have a business called Epic Bones. This is one of my affirmation card decks. And I want to get more eyes on my business. I want to sell more affirmation decks. So one of the ways to do that is to get out here and face to cam, talk to you all about my product. And that's a little scary for me. I don't do that a lot. So yesterday I did an Instagram reel where I was speaking face to cam, where in the past I would do like an Instagram reel where I'd just be showing the deck and the cards and not my face. But this week I'm challenging myself to show my face. So that's a perfect example of this week. Like, this card is actually perfect. I didn't even mean to pull this card, but if I were to put this on my desk, this is a reminder. Okay, Leanne, what are you working on this week? Oh, yeah, I'm working on doing that scary, uncomfortable thing of doing more face to cam videos to connect with you all and show my card decks. So, and that's going to ladder up to my goals for the month because right now I have a graduation sale because this deck is actually a perfect gift for high school and college graduates. So, I'm doing a sale on my website, epicbones.com. And so that scary, risky thing I'm doing this week of like, oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous to talk in front of the camera, that me showing up and talking about my card decks will ladder up to my goal for the month, which is, hey, how can I share more about this graduation sale? And that will ladder up to my goal for the year, which is how can I get more of my card decks out to the world? So for you, first of all, you have to know like what are your goals? And that's what sitting with these types of cards can do as well, because it'll make you think like what am I actually working on? So I'm patiently gaining clarity. How can I assure myself that the pieces are falling into place? Well, in order to answer this question, you have to know, what am I trying to gain clarity on? So a lot of these cards, like, you have to be able to know, like, what am I doing? What am I trying to get better at? What am I trying to achieve? They'll kind of challenge you to answer that question. So I'm drawing boundaries to preserve my vitality. How can I stand up for what I need So when you sit with this card for the whole week, it really challenges you to think like, what am I after? Like, what is my ideal life? What am I trying to do here? You know, I have such a limited time here on earth. What am I trying to achieve? What would make me happy even? Like some people struggle to even answer that question. They're getting to know themselves. Maybe they're in a different season of life. Maybe they had, you know, an unexpected thing happen and now they're trying to like get their footing. So these cards can really help if you sit with them for the whole week. And there's 52 cards in the deck. So there is a card, one card per week for the entire year. Now this is just one way to work with this deck. Of course, you can do the daily card pulls, and I love to do those too because it's fun to pick a new card each day and kind of like see what it is. But if you're really trying to make headway on your goals, I would challenge you to pick one card per week and really sit with it. Like journal about it, meditate about it, have it on your desk from Sunday through Saturday, the whole week. So, like this one, I'm prioritizing my dreams. What must change to make this possible? Can you answer that question? Can you answer that question on Sunday? Can you answer it on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday? Like, what has to change in order for you to feel that this affirmation feels true for you? So, in order for you to confidently say that you are indeed prioritizing your dreams, if that doesn't feel solid in your body and your mind, what has to change? Like maybe you need to have a conversation with your spouse. Maybe you need to stop doing the laundry every day. Maybe you need to say no to some plans that you made with friends that actually doesn't align with what you want to do. Like, how can you stand up for yourself and what you need? So, this is the Gently Rising deck. There's 52 cards in this deck. It comes in this beautiful two-piece box. There's gold on the edges of the cards, which is like super fancy. It makes a beautiful gift for anyone who's trying to start something new. This is kind of my like general manifestation deck. But I will say, if you have someone graduating high school or college this year, this makes a really cool gift because it's like a physical reminder on their desk to like stay positive and really think constructively about their goals. It's so easy these days to get lost in all the digital things like the podcasts and the audiobooks and the courses, but it's really nice to have something that you can hold. And I think for a recent high school and college graduate, just having these like positive prompts to be like, okay, yeah, like how am I going to do this? How am I going to get the job? How am I going to, you know, feel confident in my next steps? It's just a really fun, affordable gift that you could pair with like a card and money or whatever. And I will say, when I do in-person markets, the high school and college age women in general, some guys are interested, but mostly women, they love this deck. So that age range in the teens all the way to the early 20s, they are all drawn to my affirmation decks, which I think is kind of cool. I also have older, I mean, I'm in my 40s. I have people all the way in their 80s who buy my decks as well, but I've definitely found that the high school and college age kids love this card deck. So check it out, epicbones.com. If you are watching this at the time that I'm publishing this, I'm having a graduation sale, so you can get 20% off if you use the coupon code GRAD20 at checkout when you go to epicbones.com.